impromptu video. I debated doing this video all week, and today it just occurred to me that I should do this video. So forgive me if what I say today in this video is repeated in the Capricorn full moon video that comes out tomorrow morning. But if I do repeat myself in this video, in that video, then like you'll know that's like validation, solidifying that clearly this needed to be said. But I just did a 10-minute silent meditation, and because I was like, do I do a video? Do I not do a video? I took a poll today on all of my platforms to kind of get a pulse of where people are. And I know a lot of people are in worry and anxiety-ish type places, but they're hopeful that things are going to shift. So I've been doing personal development transformation work for 14 years. I started doing this work in 2010. When I was not happy with my life, my job. And it very quickly got hard because to do transformation work, you got to see parts of yourself that you try to avoid, right? If you think about like the lady that looks super nice, but she's like a closet drinker, closet smoker, or closet curse word user that she doesn't want anybody to know because she's supposed to be a like, pure Christian, best neighbor ever type lady. And I'm not trying to say that people have an evil side or anything like that. But I do think that people try to hide parts of themselves that they don't want others to know exists. And what's happening, that sounds like a personal scale, but what's happening on a grand scale, we have to think as above, so below. So if we're the so below, like we're the humans, then the as above is anything above us. So our quote unquote authority figures or leadership, quote unquote, the planets, the moon, the sun is all above, the stars is all above, right? As above, so below. So something that I watched when I first got into astrology was, and I don't even know where it could be found, maybe on Rumble, Battle of the Gods, because the planets are named after Greek and Roman mythological gods. So if the planets are at battle in the sky, then we're potentially at battle here. And more we get into this, the more, it's looking like we're at odds from a distance. You look like my friend, even though we're at war, right? That song from Bette Midler. But what I what I feel like I want to say here is, as you're doing transformation work, and currently the universe is sort of forcing the issue, right? It's forcing us to up level in a very steep way, right? And therefore we're having to see a lot of things happening that look really bad, really ugly, not so good, da 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 da. Because when you have a planet being flooded with light, we have had insane amounts of X-class solar flares. Go follow a Suspicious Observer. They're way better at explaining all that than me. But when you are shifting to a lighter energy, even if you are shifting from lower frequency emotion to higher frequency emotion, you have to experience one to experience the other. So if you're experiencing joy, you still have to experience sadness. If you're experiencing contentment, you still have to be angry sometimes, right? you still have to experience like the frequency of emotion doesn't just stay high frequency. If we did that, that would be spiritual bypassing, buzzword, but it would also be avoiding those low frequency emotions, which then hibernate in our bodies and create chaos in our physical body. That's why I work with both the physical and the emotional body, right? Or even the mental body. If you're avoiding thinking about something that you need to deal with, that also wreaks havoc on your physical body and your emotional body. So as we move through this time and space, chaos, it looks like chaos, but here's the thing I want to really pull back. So, okay, that kind of explains like the Saturn, Jupiter, Uranus type of stuff. But let's look at the Neptune part of this equation. Neptune's at 29 degrees Pisces, which is the final degree of the zodiac, not just the last degree of a sign, but just it's the last degree of the zodiac. Neptune's also at home in Pisces. Neptune rules deception, illusion, yes, as much creativity and dreaminess and all of those Piscean things, but also illusion and deception and low-hanging fruit or shiny new object smells like shit on the inside. I say that a lot. So, but what happens on the other side of Pisces is Aries, the newness, right? We are less than a year from Neptune and Aries. Less than 2 years from Neptune being in Aries for the next 15-ish years. So we're going to have a lot of opportunity to create newness. But you know, as a lot of my colleagues would say, like if you build newness on an unsteady foundation, it's not going to be very solid structure, right? If you've ever built a home, you understand, or you've tried to build a, I don't know, build a home. So, and then we also have Pluto working between Aquarius and Capricorn. So as we get into this full moon at 29 degrees of Capricorn, Pluto's going to dip back into that same 29th degree in a month and a half. And he's going to be there for 2.5 months. So if we really pull back and look at Neptune and Pluto, particularly the two slowest moving planets that we know of in our current solar system, they are changing signs. But in order for Pluto to do his job, which is do the best things for humanity, the bad things of I shouldn't say bad. I don't want to say bad. Let me retract that. Backspace. What's a better way to say that? In order for humanity to move to a sustainable foundation, clutter must be cleared, right? You've got to clear out the old in order for the new to come in. And this sucks because right now you can't open any social media platform or news media platform and not see that your favorite celebrity or your longtime celebrity, you know, blah, 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 has passed away, right? We've lost a lot in the last week. It seems like I can't open something right now without seeing that somebody has died. So, but the thing is that system of celebrity is not sustainable for all of humanity, right? Probably wasn't even sustainable for them, okay? And what we have done as the as above so below portion of this, we have put these people on a pedestal, okay? And so when you put, you know, celebrities on a pedestal and something happens to them and you're emotionally triggered by it, that like I mean, see, and I don't want to sound like cold-hearted, but I kind of am sounding a little Aquarius Scorpio. I'm shining my whole sun, moon, rising right now of Aquarius, sun, Scorpio, moon, and rising, because there is a level of emotional detachment here. But that's also part of Saturn and Pisces, is that is being emotionally and spiritually responsible for your reaction or your response to this old clutter. And I don't even mean to call it clutter, because it's not. And I know it's happening for people in their personal lives and their families too. So I don't mean to sound um like cold-hearted. I really mean this more towards celebrity culture and political culture. Politics is literally imploding before our eyes. Okay. So, but we have to see this come apart. That's part of the clearing out of the old stuff, the old systems, the old structures. What we were living in was not sustainable for humanity. Pluto is now in Aquarius. Yes, he's going to dip back into Capricorn, but then when he's in Aquarius at the end of November, that's it for the next 20 years. By 2026, Neptune will be in Aries for the next 15 years. So where I'm going with this is that while I know that this sucks, what we're moving through sucks. But when you move through transformation at this level, when you are constantly getting upgrades and up levels and whatnot, you have to see the dark, shadowy stuff to acknowledge it, be okay with it, and move forward and fulfill your mission as a soul living in a human experience, or a meat sack, as some of my coach colleagues like to call it. So you're seeing stuff fall apart. You're seeing shadowy stuff that looks really ugly. Just like if you were doing transformation, you had to look yourself in the mirror, and maybe you're not a look yourself in the mirror type of person. But you have to be willing to explore those parts of yourself that you don't want to accept, because you have to accept all the parts of you in order to transform. It's how you learn to accept and own those parts of you, right? Like, I have to own that I am legally blind, that I'm low vision. I have to own that part of myself. I have to own that whatever, right? That I can be a snarky bitch sometimes, right? I have to own that part of myself in order to accept that part of myself. Each of us has to do this. Each of us has to be emotionally responsible, because the cleansing is not going to stop. The implosion of, particularly in the US, I think it's happening globally, but I'm not tracking any of that. I'm barely tracking the US stuff. The implosion is going to keep happening. So it's going to look incredibly unstable. And the whole part of us clearing our own wounds, karma, etc., embracing all parts of ourselves, is to find stability and peace within ourselves without looking outside of ourselves. If that means being responsible with your yoga practice, your meditation practice, your how you communicate with others, how you show up for your neighbors. Maybe it's time to connect with your neighbors so that y'all can work together, right? Anyway, I think that's kind of all I want to say in this moment. Let me just check in and see if there's any more messages. I just really wanted to put this out there because I know it looks like absolute utter chaos. And it's gonna continue to for some time. However, it's within you that you can find peace, that you can find grounding, that you can find your connection to this earth, and to give yourself a pat on the back for continuing to be a functioning human in this crazy world that we're currently in. So I hope this resonates. I hope this gave you something to work with, to feel through. I truly believe we are all here in this time and space for a unique purpose, to be here, to be of service to one another. We're each here to learn from one another. We're each here to clear karma. And then, all of the people that you cross paths with are here to help you continue to clear that karma and to accept a part of yourself and to help you heal. We're all here for one another. What's going on out there is going to go on out there. What matters is what's going on within yourself. And that's all. There will be more in the Capricorn full moon video. And then, of course, I am working on the Leo season, sun and rising signs video that will be coming out soon. So please stay tuned for that. I appreciate you all. I hope this was supportive and heart. I hope it was heartfelt. I didn't want to come off as cruel, but I also felt like there are a lot of big movement things happening, and they're going to continue to happen this fall as we continue to move forward. So by all means, get support where you need it, whether that is a psychotherapist, a coach, a spiritual guide, however that works for you. Of course, I will put all of my usual links below if you'd like to work with me, if you'd like to buy me a coffee, if you would somehow anyway like to support my channel, you can do that. And of course, if I'm not the person for you, by all means, let me know. I can support you in finding a coach or guidance who may be supportive. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. I'm sending you a ton of love and huge hugs from me to you. And let's keep in this together. We're all here for one another. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you on the next video.